And let's go from here. Got me some, says, oops, I never trusted Saylor. He calls us anarchists. This is the same guy buying Bitcoin when price was going down, and they almost got margin called. That's when he got demoted as CEO, by the way. I will say this. At least he had the foresight to keep buying on the way down. I know people will say, well, I don't like Saylor for this, Saylor for that. I like Saylor. I think he's a smart guy. I'm glad he's on our side and not against us. I just, you know, if you want to talk about decentralization versus centralization, have everybody come in, figure it out. Okay, price goes up. Why is the price going up? I don't know. Oh, there's this thing called quantitative easing. And, oh, the U.S. economy, the Federal Reserve and the Treasury has been printing money for how many? 5 to 10 trillion? That's a lot of money. You're debasing my currency, kind of like what happened in Rome. That's crazy, right before the collapse. And then unstable geopolitical positions. Yeah, and then there's this thing called inflation. I thought inflation was just by those greedy corporations. That's what Elizabeth Warren told me. You're telling me it's not? Son of a gun. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, people will figure it out. They just need time. Let's see. Amy. Hiya, Dan. Peeps. Coat and scarf for the pool day. It's just a green screen. Uzi says, are you cold? I'm very cold. Especially when you don't eat for 3 days. When you don't eat for 3 days, everything kind of goes a little sideways off the rails. But it's something good to do, they say, for autophagy, breaking down all those potentially cancerous cells, wiping things out, going into ketosis and all that great stuff. Is it cold in Texas today? It is cold in Texas. And like when I wake up at 4:30, sometimes 5, and it's like an hour walk in the morning. It's always very cold here. I cannot wait to get back to Puerto Rico. What's up with the cold in Texas? Look, the desert gets cold. In El Paso, it gets very cold. It's not like it's 80 degrees all day long. T-shirt weather in Montreal, very nice. Sailor ain't about this life, exactly. Oh, this looks like a cowlick shoe. Well, that's why they call it a cowlick. Yeah. Let's see. How did Ape go up 60% in the past week? I thought Bored Ape Yacht Club and those types of NFTs were dead. The token does well. I don't know what's going on with the NFT. But again, I am not missing. I'm going to dabble in some meme coins because I know, remember those things called NFTs? They still have use cases. They do. For the ones that actually do stuff. But they'll probably come back, and we all miss that. I mean, some of us, not all. But I think meme coins are going to do pretty well because, and this is the thing too about meme coins. Why does anybody get excited about any new coin that is coming out when we just had 10,000 coins on pump.fun come out? And it's like, here's a narrative, here's a narrative, here's a narrative. And people just get inundated. I'm not here to fight the trend. I'm just here to ride the wave. And I think that's what it is. Do I think it's pointless? Yeah, meme coins are pointless. There. But if you watch, again, there was a great talk, Meme Coin Super Cycle, and talk about community and how there's real utility, and it made a compelling case. I kind of see where it's coming from. Yeah. Thanks, Catacomb. I'm in the mountain desert. I can confirm it does get cold. It's very cold. This morning it was like 46 degrees. Yeah, Uzi says it right. Bitcoin was invented for payments. And as I understand it, in the very early days, that's what people did. A lot of expats that were scattered out throughout the world wanted to make payments, and they didn't like the high fees to transfer from, US dollar to the lira, or US dollar to the renminbi, or US dollar to the baht, whatever. So they said, well, I'll just use Bitcoin. And it worked out great until we had a massive amount of people on the chain. And because of that, well, then the price goes up. The same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum cannot scale without layer 2s and maybe even layer 3s. And if you have been around for any kind of bull run, you'll know just how much those fees go up. I mean, hell, I saw crazy fees, $50, $100, $125 for just one transaction on the Ethereum layer 1 chain. 8 point. Can't be that cold in Texas. It depends on what you're used to. right? If you're used to, like you're in Montana, you know, you're used to cold, wet weather, and you don't like, well, 60 degrees, I'm going to jump in the pool. For me, it's not my thing. I can work outside in 110 degrees. Give me a hat, sunscreen, I'm good. But after that, anything below 60, freezing. Chop says, I love that fast. I do intermittent fasting every day, but longer durations, faster dope. Keep it up. Kudos. Yeah, just the thing you got to watch out for as you get older. The more intermittent fasting you do, the more you have more muscle loss. And more muscle loss means a reduction in your metabolism. And reduction in your metabolism means you start to put on just fat. So you can do it, but just be aware that's going to happen. Coca-Cola had record profits from inflation. I think a lot of people did. Yeah, Oleg says, so how are you going to use it for payments? It takes forever to pay with Bitcoin plus higher fees. I hate to say this, and we just talked about it, but the only way to make payments or do payments, people will say, well, it's Lightning Network, and you can do that. I see that there's a growing surgence of layer 2s on Bitcoin. And it is the most secure, decentralized computer network in the entire world. So I can see it doing that. I can see that with Stacks. I can see that with Core. Feel free to comment here, but I see those two, and those are both in my portfolio. So fasting makes me slow, makes me very slow too. New Type says, Solana, Injective, Near, and Sui are scalable. I take any of those over Grandpa. Yeah, I own all 4 of those, matter of fact. I do like Near. I like Solana too. I think it's one of my bigger bags out there. Again, I know some people hate Solana, but I'm like, look, it's just a trend. We'll see what happens. Oh, a big dump coming. I like that, Fed. Let's hope so. Join the dog movement, free and fair. Yeah. Darren says, Rob, is that apartment complex in PR? Yep, it's in Puerto Rico. Right by the beach. People seem to like that. Web3Me says, Anatoly said Solana's main use case is payments. Solana will be first to market and user payments. I wonder what the daily active users are using Solana mostly for. I wonder if it's for meme coins. Let's be honest. If meme coins didn't exist, I don't think Solana would have that high of transactions. I could be wrong, but I mean, come on. Although they were picked up by PayPal, it was Ethereum and Solana used for their PYUSD. And they've actually talked about expanding things, and they've said specifically, we're going to expand with Solana. Although Visa said the same thing about Ethereum, so I don't know. That's why I hold both. How the heck are you going to make that distinction? Sometimes people say, well, the fastest horse wins. Well, sometimes it's the most stable horse. Just think about that too. If you're a payment processor and something goes wrong and you lose hundreds of millions of dollars, that's on you. So you better make sure that you pick the right chain that doesn't fall down and has no discrepancies and has no issues. So I'm not saying that Solana is one of those. I'm just saying, if you want to pick up like EOS or something like that, you're like, maybe not. Sol's good for DeFi. Memes, I got to tell you, that's true. Good dApps, gambling, chat, AI, games, etc. Yeah. There's the horse racing game. I forgot the name of it, but yeah. Many Sol haters gone silent like Chico Crypto. Look, at some point, like we just took a look at when Saylor came out and said, hey, Bitcoin's a big gamble and it'll be dead soon. That was in 2013. 2023, he said, hey, ordinals are like sawdust. People change their mind. Nobody gets it right all the time. Look at me. You're living my dream. I need a beach house. I think it's this cycle. I'm hoping 2025. Everything kind of points to that. And wouldn't that be sweet, huh? When we all get out of here and we can pay off our debts, support our families, extend it even, do the things we want to do, don't have to go into a soul-crushing 9-to-5 job. That's the best part. I haven't doing anything. I haven't worked for anybody since 2015. Man, let me tell you, if you guys don't, when you guys get there, it's great. The only problem is you have to figure out what's your purpose. And that's the next big issue. But that's definitely outside the scope of this video. Oh, no way. I remember back in the day paying back coworkers for lunch. It was around 1 Bitcoin for 1 meal. Holy smokes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Techno. Crown is the horse racing game. Yeah, I talked to those guys. Seem like they're really on top of it. I want to know what the NVIDIA of crypto is. Well, I mean, you can look at Aether, AETHIR. They don't specifically produce GPUs, but they buy and house them, and you can use unused GPU processing power for AI. That's one of them. Near could be that next one. They have a big tie-in with AI as well. So we'll see. What's the other one? What's the one on Solana? Render. Render could be it. IO.net could be it. Gaiman could be it. There's so many that could be it. Yeah. Start doing nice things for people instead of slaving for the melting dollar. Shiki says, Rob, it's almost 70 in El Paso. Are you cold? Yeah, I'm cold. When I started this, it was probably below 60. Right now, let's see. Weather unavailable. Oh, yeah, look at that. 71. But an hour ago, it was 66. An hour before that, it was 58. So, yeah, still cold. Hey, Delta Tide made it to the live stream. No Sana. Bonk. Bonk is it's a funny thing. Like I talked about Bonk 6 months ago or something like that. Wish I would have talked about a year ago. But I said, it'll be in the top 100. And it's essentially the doge of Solana. Let's see how it does this cycle. Damn, 36. Lemon Kitty says, why are you fasting? I do it twice a year, mostly for, like I said, autophagy. Autophagy is just the letting your body just pretty much scrub out all the excess zombie cells that you don't need, which could potentially turn into cancer cells. So that's what it is. Yeah. Any thoughts on BitTensor? I think I own it. No, I don't know. I don't own that one. I want to say that Nick over at Coin Bureau, they just did a video on that one, and it looks pretty promising. We'll see. 58 is t-shirt weather for Canadians. Yeah. Lord said, I kept seeing Bonk, but I faded it. Yeah. And who knows? All the stuff that we just talked about could probably collapse to zero. Who knows? Yeah. And Sabaq says, I think I said it right. Check Solana ETH, absolute madness breakout on ETH Bitcoin. ETH Bitcoin is breaking down at the same time. It's like ETH is getting attacked on two fronts. You know who's going to be really happy about that? There's this guy, Ben, which I'll be talking to tomorrow on his channel. Me, Ben, and a guy from Coin Bureau. Wow, look at that. That's a good. My purpose, once free from financial slavery, would be to farm and grow food for those in need. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. And I'll leave with this. Ditto on the 100+ degrees. Older folks like us, true, appreciate the heat on these old bones and muscles. Man, that is the truth. Well, that's it for this one. So everybody, about 30 minutes, pretty good. Thanks so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow, Ben's channel, NFA Live. And that's it for today. So like I said, I don't think much is going to happen until after this election, which we got roughly 15 days or so. So we'll see how it goes, but just stick around. I think you're going to like where we're going to go. That's it for today. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one. Adios.